So the tessellation we're going to do today is called a glide reflection. And it's similar to the first ones we did where the piece was translating across the page and you could say it's gliding. These pieces are also going to be reflecting. So when we reflect, we flip it over. So this piece has got a shiny side and a dull side, and keep that in mind as we go along. The shape that we're going to try doing is a kite.
Recording.
I am.
Oh.
And there we go. So if you're starting with a rectangle, it's really easy with a pair of scissors to make a kite. All you do is fold the rectangle the long way, or you could do the short way, but I'm going to do the long way. So I've got my rectangle in half. And then this is where you need to think carefully. I know you can do it. We're going to have a kite when we end up, so I'm going to cut off this corner.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other corner. But I'm going to do it in a way so that I end up with one pair of sides longer than the other, so it actually looks like a kite. If you end up with something that looks like a rhombus, it's pretty annoying. You want something that looks... You want to look at it and say, oh, that's a kite. Yeah, I get it.
You just glide that around like a man.
So I'm going to tessellate just the kite so you get the idea, and then we'll do some cuts on it.
I'm sorry, it's just hilarious.
You need to take a moment, Julia?
No.
Now, pay attention to this part. As I move it, I am flipping it over. That's the reflection part. That's very important. Every time I move it, I reflect it.
It's gonna end like the same thing in the future.
It won't. No.
It looks like a transformer.
So somebody in the last class looked at it and said it looked like a squished grid. And it's true. If I was using a rhombus, it would end up looking like truly looking like a squished grid. So these don't make straight lines, a straight path here. It's a jagged path, which is kind of cool. I mean, in a kind of dull math teachery kind of way. Fish scales. Okay, so not bad. Not rocket science either. So now, I'll leave that there for the moment. When you do this yourself, you'll want to cut out the kite. And I would suggest tracing one complete outline. Don't do all of these. Just do one, because it's going to help you when you do the cutting.
What grade would that get me on my project? If I
This, like that? What do you think?
Like an A?
Like an A, but a lot lower, yeah. Like an A, but a lot lower.
So it can't be like a regular polygon? You don't want one of those?
For the
Are you kidding me?
For the glide reflection, you can use a rectangle. If you look in the textbook in the chapter for glide reflections, you see some examples of rectangles and parallelograms doing glide reflections. This particular shape, the kite, is the one that they have an example of in the book, and it's the example of the horse and rider. So the horse is going across the page to the left, and then there's another row of horses above it going to the right, Aiden. And they're all meshing. The head of one guy is in the gut of the horse above him.
Ew, that's like on Family Guy.
I don't even know what to say sometimes. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece out of the long side without really, I'm going to make a big one. Really, really aggressive. Okay? Now I'm going to put the piece. Now, I've done this on the other ones the last 2 days. I'm going to do the same idea. I'm going to put the two pieces together in the original spot.
Why does it matter that one side's shiny?
Well, I'll show you in a moment. So I'm going to pick up this piece, hold the cutout, and remember what I said, every time I move it, I flip it. So I flip it and put it in over here. And now I know exactly where that piece needs to be taped.
That is so confusing.
Yes, it is. But you can handle it.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
How we get to the project?
Well, the good news is, so when you're getting ready to do the project, you think back yourself, you know, when Mr. Dennison did the thing with the kites, that was really cool. I wonder how he did that. Oh, it's on YouTube.
I don't like hearing my own voice.
Well, I love hearing your voice. Otherwise, I would have kicked you out of the room. So,
I'll take that as a joke and laugh at it.
Good. So I can do the same thing over here. I can cut a piece out here and then do the same flippy thing. So there's my original piece with the cutout. I'll pick up this, flip, and put it down. And it looks like it might be a unicorn. I get that unicorn feeling already. What's that? Unicorn snake.
No, obviously it's a snake wearing a party hat.
Yeah, actually, in the last class that I did, somebody ended up with a unicorn. Can you imagine who it was?
Sasha.
Alexander.
Alexander, yes.
Sasha.
What a lively spirit.
It was a beautiful unicorn. So,
She probably did it. Probably cheated.
Yeah.
She probably traced it.
She's gonna watch this video again. Aw, it looks like a dog, but a really messed up dog. Like a dog with a duck.
so here's the front end of my kite. Here's the back end. I just want to kind of keep that straight. Trace the whole thing.
For some reason, everything's hilarious.
But with a kite, you can't like cut one of the vertex off, right?
Right. Don't cut the vertex off completely. You want to keep your cuts confined to a single face, and they move to the other face that's congruent to that face. Or I shouldn't say face, the edge.
What?
Okay? Now, there's my first tracing, and I'm going to do the flip. Flip.
You don't really have to do a flip like that. You just figure out how it fits.
You could do that.
You don't have to like do it.
One thing you don't want to try to do is rotate it the way we're doing this, because this is a glide reflection. The reflection has to happen. Flex.
What about the top piece into the top?
One thing I wanted to mention, Julia, you were asking me about why it mattered that one side was shiny and one side wasn't. As I look at this piece, the parts that I taped on, or cut out and taped on, they're showing me the dull side, and the body of the piece is the shiny side. So you know you're doing it right if the pieces you taped on are upside down.
But for the project, you want us to do more of like cutting out and placing, opposed to just keeping one polygon.
You could be like a model of arcade jewelers.
So in the project, you'll use one piece like this, and this is all you'll use.
Yeah. But you want
Can I go online and look up sweets?
Are you asking about how many cutouts to
Or
make?
do you just want us to cut into the shape and make a shape out of that, opposed to just using a shape that's already there? Or nothing to make it.
Using an example in the book or
Or
something?
no, just using like a polygon or a square or a hexagon.
A square.
Wait, what's
Well-
this YouTube channel called?
Geometry Verite. V-E-R-I-T-E. You
Excellent.
can get to it from my webpage at Hanover High School.
Wait, can I go online and just look up tessellations?
You can. There's a lot of information out there, so this is not
It's
the
like a
only source.
template. Tessellation template.
Anybody know? Ever heard the term cinema verite?
No. I'm from New Hampshire.
I don't think it's a regional term. So that's something for you to look up later.
So what is it? What does it mean?
Do you have to do anything besides bring in a piece of paper with a tessellation on it?
When you see the assignment, you'll know what to do.
When do we get it?
Later.
Today?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
I don't know, maybe.
Not gonna have school tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, schools, yeah, right. So what is it?
We'd be
It's
really
a dog.
disappointed when it's not so.
It's probably, it's gonna start freezing rain too.
It's a dragon.
Scary.
A shark.
Oh my god, it's a submarine.
It's an ear.
Ew, that looks like a peanut.
I don't know what's going on down here. It's not well thought out. It was looking good till I put the ear on. Okay?
That's an ear?
Yes, that's an ear.
What kind of ear is
A bad ear. It's holding on to the glasses that he's wearing. There you go.
Oh my god, that looks like a peanut.